Hi lovelies, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to essentially add on from last week's video where I shared my journaling routine and different journaling practices that I do. And I'm going to talk to you about my weekly reset routine or how to start fresh for a new week. And some of the things that I talk about in last week's video sort of lead into this week's video as well. So I thought that they would work really nicely one after the other. So I hope you all enjoy. And essentially, this is not how to anything unrealistic for the week ahead, like be your most energized and your most productive. This is essentially just different things that I do to feel more in control, feel more prepared for the week ahead. I know that some of us can get really overwhelmed when our to-do list gets quite large, or maybe you're coming up to exam time or something else is popping up in your calendar and you've got a lot on your plate. So here are essentially the steps that I take on a Sunday to get ready for Monday morning and not add extra stress to my day when I start fresh for a new week. And I hope you all enjoy. If you do, thumbs up and let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. But otherwise, let's just get straight into it. So I think that to truly be productive, you need to be intentional with how you spend your time. And that's why I like to start prepping for the work week on a Sunday and review the week that was. And this is sort of where last week's video comes into place as well. So if you wanted to learn more about my journaling practice and my weekly reviews and check-ins, go and check out last week's video. It will also be a clickable card up above if I remember to link it, because sometimes I forget when I'm scheduling my videos. But anyway, I want to talk to you about how to reflect on the week that was. And this is very much inspired by previous journals that I have had in the past. So here are 4 of my favorite end of week reflection journaling prompts, just to help you feel more prepared for the week ahead. So the first one is, how do I feel after this week? The second is, what went right? The third is, how can I make next week better? And the 4th prompt, which is one of my favorites, I really would make sure you don't discount this one. It's, what should I spend more time on next week and what should I spend less time on? And this might give you an indication of whether you've been prioritizing enough self-care. Maybe your workaholic tendencies kind of kicked in this week and you need to pull back a bit. Maybe you need to spend more time with your loved ones and socialize a bit more, or make more time for your creative outlets and hobbies. So again, it just gives you more awareness of how you've been spending your time. And rather than just doing the same thing over and over again and getting stuck in that loop, you can actually be really deliberate with where you allocate your attention and energy. Another way I like to reset for a new week is to create an I did it list or a completion list, because in addition to having my long to-do list, it's actually really important that you reflect on everything that you did accomplish and get done. Now, I'm not naturally very good at reflecting on all of my achievements. I tend to be very goal-oriented, so I have had a history of achieving one thing and then feeling like, okay, what's next? And then just go to the next thing. So this week I did a bunch of stuff, and then next week, what's my focus? And before you actually start the new week with your new to-dos and your new goals, have a look over all of the stuff that you just got done, because it's going to make you more, well, first of all, savor your accomplishments and more inclined to celebrate them as well, but then also be more mindful of why you might feel the way that you do. So for example, the week that I released my digital study planners, I was particularly tired because I was redoing the website, I was adding the products to the site, I was promoting them. We did a photo shoot only a couple of days before the launch and it was just fast tracked. And personally, I could have very easily fallen into old patterns and just been like, yay, they're out, okay, now what's the next step? But instead, I was making sure that I allowed myself to savor that achievement or accomplishment and celebrate that, and also be aware that I was actually feeling quite tired and I really deserved a full week off the following week. So in a world that is all about striving and achieving, having a to-do list as well as an I did it list and completing that at the end of a week, it's a really great way to reset, because this again gives you more awareness with like how you want to spend your time and how much you want to put into the following week when it comes to your work life or your personal life and socializing or any area really, just depending on how much you got done the previous week. So it's really about more awareness to achieve more balance. It is not by any means an invitation to strive for perfection for the coming up weeks. It is simply an invitation to move more mindfully throughout your days and make sure that you are consistently fine-tuning your schedule and your lifestyle to support you. So just remember that life is not about perfection, about creating the perfect schedule or the perfect week or handling every situation perfectly and juggling it all. It's simply a way to put into practice what you've learned from the week before and make sure that you're making any necessary adjustments and also releasing what no longer serves you. Now, one really important way that I allow myself to reset after a busy week and just get ready for a fresh new week is, of course, to use my weekends to slow down. Now, for me, I re-energize by slowing down, by chilling out, by watching movies, going to yoga, maybe having brunch with a friend, but nothing too active, not really partying and, tapping into some serious extroverted tendencies. I find that I re-energize in more introverted kind of ways. And again, I'm not going to box myself in and say I'm an introvert or extrovert. I feel like I'm both, but the way that I re-energize is different. Whereas Adam re-energizes by being more active, going for a run, going out and socializing. I prefer to just kind of quieten down, and that's how I get more energy for the coming week. So think about different forms of self-care that you can do for yourself, because I think if you have a really busy or eventful week and then you basically don't allow your body time to stop and re-energize, recharge, it needs to carry you through for the next week. So you need that pause. You can't be in a constant state of productivity, and that's why self-care on weekends is essential. So again, it could be socializing, it could be chilling out at home by yourself, it could be playing with pets or going on a day trip, whatever works for you, but make sure that you are utilizing your weekends in a way that is right for you. And one other way that I reset for another week is to plan out the week ahead. And I thought I would add this in last because I feel like it's important to first recharge, reflect on the week that was, get into the right kind of mindset before you then add everything into your schedule, because you need to write things down with more awareness and mindfulness or intention. For me, the way that I schedule my weeks, well, there's a couple of different ways I do it. First, I look at my exercise schedule and I'll go and book in all of my yoga classes for the week, Pilates classes. I will book in, that's about it for my exercise routine actually. I'm trying to think any like self-care activities as well that I want to do, whether I have maybe a massage planned or I want to take myself out for lunch and read a book at a local cafe on a Tuesday, because as I've mentioned, I like to take Tuesdays off for myself. So again, I will schedule that into my planner because I need to hold myself accountable. And two other ways that I plan for the week ahead, I like to think about the sort of books that I want to read or podcasts I want to listen to, and I'll take that book and leave it on my bedside table or by the couch. And also Sundays is our get it together kind of day. So we do meal prep, we tidy the apartment, make sure that we tie up any loose ends so that we don't have to worry about that come Monday morning. So comment below, are you a planner kind of person like me? Or do you kind of just wing it and go with the flow and see where life takes you? Because either are fine, it's just whatever works for you. I personally need to plan it out. It just gives me that peace of mind. So let me know in the comments, are you a planner or not so much? And otherwise, make sure to subscribe and thumbs up on this video. Follow me on Instagram at Study with Jess, and I'll leave all of my resources, my book, my digital planners, my stationery, my blog, all of that will be in the description box down below. So check it out. Thanks for watching, lovelies. Mwah! Bye.